Hello guys, this is WOR Tier 2 Season 21 Round 5 in Monaco, my favorite circuit. This is the first race of the season that I'm actually doing. I just didn't have enough time to do the previous races, and honestly I don't think I will have time to do more races in the season, but we will see. But I thought I will jump in for this race because it's my favorite circuit, as I said. Which might sound strange to a lot of people, but I just really love to drive around here for some reason. And also I already had a league race here earlier in the game, so I had the setups prepared and everything else. So yeah, we are already on my first lap of qualifying. Also a very important information for you guys. This race was actually on the day of a patch in the game, which no longer allows you to cut the circuit as much as previously in Monaco. So I had to completely delete my muscle memory from earlier, and especially the two chicanes. And now you cannot cut the chicanes as much as you could previously. We finished the lap. It's a 1 minute 8.3. It's not a good lap at all, but we will take it for a first run. We are already going on my second lap. So yeah, I had to delete the muscle memory, and the track got like 3 times slower as I get damage in turn 1, and this is basically going to mean the end of this lap already. You can see I tried to carry on, but I'm already losing more than a tenth during this lap, so we skip to the final lap of qualifying. And honestly, this was probably my best lap that I have done in a qualifying session, but definitely in this game, but maybe overall as well. So as we head into turn 1, I get the cut completely perfectly, and I use the wall on the exit. Then we head into the casino section. Again, I'm not missing the apex on any of the corners, and this is a very good first sector. Now as we start sector 2, we're arriving to my favorite corner on the calendar, where we have to drift in order to be the fastest we can, and I got it absolutely perfectly, and we are already at the tunnel. I get a little slide on the exit of this corner, and that probably lost me about half a tenth, and now we arrive into the chicane, and I managed to get a perfect cut with this new patch. Now into the swimming pool section we go, and we start sector 3, and once again the cut is absolutely perfect. I could have gone a bit closer to the wall on the first apex, but it was still good, and the rascas and the last corner was also very good. Let's see what it's going to be. It's a 1:07.6, and that's an absolute peak lap time. That's actually my personal best by more than 1.5 tenths on this track, even though I have done about 4 hours of preparation together with Luca Ripassa, who is also racing tonight. And you can see I'm nearly 4.5 tenths ahead of the field, which is quite surprising to me. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic lap, so yeah. And now we're gonna jump straight into the race. And as you can see, it's raining. And yeah, well, I was not really happy for this, honestly, because my pace in rain is usually pretty bad. But it slides out and away we go. And as we arrive into turn 1, Campbell Adams, my teammate for this race, just drives into the back of me for some reason. But thankfully we managed to keep it out of the barriers, and now Gabor Csontos and Luca Ripassa have overtaken Campbell Adams. Luca Ripassa had actually a very good start. I think he started P5, so that's quite a good start around Monaco where you can't overtake. But now we have to concentrate on how we gonna do this rain stint, because as being the first driver around Monaco might sound good, in the rain it's actually quite frustrating at some points because you just don't have a reference of where to brake. So I kinda had to figure out. You can see I'm sliding everywhere. Also I'm using strange gears for the first few laps. I tried to figure out which gears worked best for these conditions, but as we go further into the race, it will get better and better. For your information, this race is a mandatory 2-stop, and actually we didn't really know if we had to do the 2-stop in the rain as well. I asked Luke, the manager of the league, before the race started, but he could only answer during the race, so at this point I didn't know if it had to be a 2-stop, even if it's raining. But as it turned out later, it did have to be a 2-stop. As you can see, we are at the second sector of lap 3, and you can see I'm still trying to figure out where to brake. For some reason I didn't really drift in the hairpin during this race. I just thought that there is no point in risking anything, and I didn't really know how it is going to affect the tire wear in the rain, so I just took it like drifting doesn't exist in the game. But yeah, so the plan for this race was basically to go as long as possible, to encounter the least amount of traffic that I can. But we of course didn't know if I am going to have the pace for that. And now you can see we are at lap 10 in the middle sector, and the gap has actually gone up to 2.8 seconds, and actually Lukari Passa somehow managed to overtake Gábor Csontos. I think Gábor has made a mistake before the tunnel section, or something must have happened, because it's not easy to overtake around Monaco, as everyone knows. And now we're gonna skip to the end of lap 11, and you can see the dry line is now appearing, but we know that the rain is not going to stop for this session, so we will have to pit for intermediate tires at some point, and 2 times actually. And you can see on the top left side of the screen that Lukari Passa on lap 12 has come in for a pit stop, and that means that we now have only 4 cars, I think, in our DRS window. So we're just going to wait until everyone pits, and then we will have a clear track where we can come back in P1, hopefully, if we have the pace, of course. And now you can see at the end of lap 16 the gap has gone up to about 7 seconds to Gábor Csontos in P2, and you can see that Lukari Passa is not closing in on us, even though I'm on 16 lap all intermediate, so the pace is really good. And Lukari Passa also doesn't have traffic ahead of him, so I don't know, he actually lost multiple seconds. I don't know if something happened to him or not, but now you can see that both Gábor Csontos and Cameron Dowds come into the pit lane. So this basically allows us to go even longer now, because I had a 7-second gap, and now the track behind me is nearly clear. We only have to wait for Daniel Gottschalk to come into the pit lane, but I think he's already outside of my pit window actually. And you can see Gábor Csontos came out ahead of Lukari Passa somehow. So now he has a great opportunity to finish P2 in this race, and that would be amazing to have 2 Hungarian drivers finish in the top 2. But of course for that we need to finish in first of all. Now we skip to the end of lap 20. Basically I'm just showing you that how the race developed, how the gaps changed. You can see Gábor Csontos on lap 22 is still 24.3 seconds away, so that's more than enough for a pit stop for me. Now on lap 20, at the end of lap 22, it's 23.7. And yeah, basically at this stage I was pushing like crazy. Well, that's true for the whole race basically, but this was probably my fastest stint, I think, in terms of driving. And this is the lap 24, where we come into the pit lane finally, as the gap has gone below 23 seconds and I just didn't want to risk my first position for nothing. So we come into the pit lane, we got the perfect turn in, and now we're gonna see how big of a lead we are going to have for this second stint. And you can see Gábor, Csontos and Luca Ripassa are nowhere, and actually Luca Ripassa now has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And you can see I take care of the line and the exit, so they won't have a chance to report me for anything. And yeah, now we have a 3.5 second lead at the end of sector 1 to Gábor Csontos. That will go down obviously in the first lap probably, as his tires are up to temperature and mine are a bit cold. But as we skip to the end of lap 27, you can see the gap has already gone up to 4.8 seconds. And yeah, this lap was the lap where actually Gábor Csontos and Luca Ripassa both pitted. So now we're just going to do the same thing as we did in the previous stint. Just go as long as we can before they would be able to undercut me. But you can see they are just not faster than me, even on fresher tires. So there is no point in pitting really. But on lap 33, sorry, I can see that there is a bit of traffic ahead of me, which is lapped traffic actually. And you know, on this game you get dirtier actually from the lapped cars as well, even if they are ghosting. So I decided that it was time to go into the pit lane for another set of intermediates to avoid being in traffic and losing time, because it could have allowed Gábor Csontos to close up, and then I wouldn't have been able to come out of the pit lane in first place. So once again we do a very safe pit entry, perfect turning, 2.2 stop, 2.2 seconds I should say, and we will see where we come out in relation to Gábor Csontos and Luca Ripassa. Once again I'm doing the very safe pit exit as well, to make sure I'm not getting a penalty. And you can see the gap at this moment is about 3.5 seconds, but as that will come down a bit towards the end of sector 1. And also for this whole lap they will have much warmer tires, but one lap later I'm already setting the fastest lap. And this lap 38 is actually my fastest lap of the race, so I thought that I'm going to show the whole lap to you without speaking.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Radar showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. And there we go.
That was my fastest lap of the race. It's a 1:19.2.
Let's go, final lap.
It's really fast compared to the other drivers. Of course, probably Gábor Csontos and Jukari Pessa have backed out already because there is no point in pushing and they don't want to risk DNF. But yeah, I mean, it still feels really fast and I really enjoyed this whole race. And actually, even on the last lap, I was pushing like crazy because I wanted to get the fastest lap on the last lap as well. But unfortunately, you will see that once, I mean, you can already see that the same left car that made me box on lap 33 is now ahead of us and giving me dirty air. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm still gonna win, and that's the most important. I'm still on a purple sector, to be honest, 2 purple sectors. Actually, he distracts me in the final sector a lot. I even get a track limit warning, and you can see in the last apex, I just cannot see the apex because of him, because I'm inside of him. But yeah, this was the race. I mean, it was pretty boring, probably for the viewers as well, so I'm sorry. I tried to make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, basically nothing happened. I led the whole race, started from pole, led every lap, got the fastest lap. So I basically did a Grand Slam, which is probably not something that a lot of drivers can say about themselves, but I mean, Monaco is quite an easy track to do a Grand Slam. But yeah, I'm still really happy about it. I hope I can return for multiple races in this league for this season. Because I really enjoy racing in this league, honestly. It's always very fun. So now, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And goodbye.